Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Saturday night, and I thought it would be fun for us to do something of a take two of a video that we uploaded last night, and after I uploaded it, I realized that some important information was left out. So I wanted to do a revision video for this exciting product review for the video game section of the YouTube channel. Tonight we are going to be doing a review of the Neo Geo Mini. This was a very nice present that I got from Epiphany from the Befana, the mystical Italian lady who rides on a broom trying to give presents to baby Jesus and everyone else along the way. So she stopped at GameStop and for $110 picked up the international edition of the Neo Geo Mini to give all the boys and girls around the world. And this international version of the Neo Geo Mini comes with 40 very, very good games, and the term masterpiece is not misused on the back of this box. These are very high quality games that play very well on the Neo Geo Mini, celebrating the 40th anniversary of SNK's Neo Geo. Now, this is different than the Neo Geo X, which was a portable Neo Geo, and I never really got it, but it looked a bit like a PSP, and it had a docking station you could hook up to your TV. This is a bit different. This is cooler. It is a portable arcade cabinet. You see you have a blue light around the joystick when you power this on. Very, very high quality backlit screen, and down to the arcade cabinet itself, you can have stickers to decorate it to look like an authentic Neo Geo MVS cabinet. Now, I will note with the Neo Geo Mini, there are some things that you need to know. Number one, when you open your Neo Geo Mini out of this very nice looking box, you will only get this arcade cabinet and a fairly lengthy USB mini cable, and this is, I'm going to power this off, show you the version of the USB mini, because these now change a bit, so this is a little bit wider than my cell phones. So just keep that in mind. It comes branded with the Neo Geo logo, which is very nice. And you would plug that in back here, and you don't even get the 5-volt power brick. You need to have your own. Those are fairly common. It is what it is. However, if you do want to play this on your television, you will need to spend really about $30 extra. You will need the, if you don't have one, this one is this the HDMI? Yes, you will need a mini HDMI cable that has a mini HDMI to regular HDMI connector. The one for this Neo Geo is branded with the Neo Geo logo, which is nice. I got this off Amazon for about $10. And then if you want to play on your TV with a good deal of length, you can order this Neo Geo CD style controller that does have a good deal of cord length, and you'll plug this in to the side of your arcade cabinet, and it has this as its connector. It's got a nice little L shape, and it's branded again with the Neo Geo logo. Very nice. Now, we should talk about something that a lot of people in various reviews have talked about when talking about the Neo Geo Mini, and that is the joystick itself. Now, if you own Neo Geo consoles like this original Neo Geo handheld, the Neo Geo Pocket Color, you can power this on like so, you'll notice that this joystick here has a concave clickiness to it so that your fingers can rest on the joystick, and you know that you are hitting all your special moves by hearing the down diagonals and back and forths and ups and downs and all that kind of stuff. So when you're playing King of Fighters Match of the Millennium, you know that you're doing all the right moves. Now, obviously, I'm just going to also show off my AES controller right here. Again, nice, concave, and clicky. I love this controller for the Neo Geo AES. Actually, I think this was a Neo Geo CD known as the Bean controller, but it totally plays on my Neo Geo AES. This is what came with my AES, and I love it. But my new piece of Neo Geo hardware does not have a concave thumb rest. It has, you got to unplug your controller to get the joystick to work. Just a little ball on it. It doesn't feel bad at all, but you'll notice there is no clicking here. So, it is what it is. This is not a deal breaker, but there is no clicky controller, and the same goes for your Neo Geo CD style controller. No clickiness, but this does have a nice concave thumb rest, and again, you get a good deal of cable. Now, this is not a difficult system to play as a handheld. You can easily sit and play this like this. It is a lot of fun. Whenever my wife is watching her, 2020 murder dramas and I just can't deal with it, I have no problem plugging in a nice pair of high quality headphones or any headphones that you want into the headphone jack, sit next to an outlet and play away. And you've literally got access to a little arcade cabinet in the palm of your hands that plays 40 Neo Geo games. Now, there is another issue with this. There is no battery to this. You literally need to sit next to an outlet in order to play this in its portable manner. I would personally not want to bring this out of the house, but who knows? If you do ride a bus to college or something like that, you may want to bring this with you, but you can't. So that is something that you need to be aware of. Alright, so let's actually play this on a television, because if you are a SNK Neo Geo fan, chances are you played this type of system on a television screen or an arcade monitor. So let's actually do that. So if we want to plug this into a television, I'm actually going to turn this off. We have a little HDMI slot right here, right next to our very nice SNK power button, and I'm going to actually plug this in like so. I'm going to actually kind of go off camera to do this here. Actually, you can follow along. Got TV Japan on. They've got some nonsense going on here. I don't know what this is. So let me find my where is it? There's the HDMI cable right here. Ta-da! Plug it in like so. Alright, now you'll notice that when we plug this in and turn this on, we get our nice little light up around our controller. However, we get the 40th anniversary sign, and then we just get the Neo Geo sign right here, because now the video is going to be output to our television screen. So let's actually plug in our controller and get ready to do some showing of the games that are on the Neo Geo Mini, and we'll play through a few of my favorite titles, which I think are all kinds of fun. So without further ado, let's get down to some good stuff here. We've got our Neo Geo CD style controller. We're going to position our camera like so. Ta-da! Move back a little bit. Go to HDMI 3. I don't know who this guy is. He's talking about something. Alright. And now, I'm actually going to set our Famicom clone console on the Neo Geo Mini box so we can get a better shot of the television. There we go. And here we have our games. Let's turn the volume up a little bit, but not too loud because we don't want to wake up the family. So here we see, I'm going to hit the lights, our lineup of games. We have a lot of Metal Slug games. We got Metal Slug, Metal Slug 2, Metal Slug X, Metal Slug 3, Metal Slug 4, Metal Slug 5, King of the Monsters 2, Sengoku 3, Magician Lord, Blues Journey. It's a cool platform game in 2 dimensions. Shock Troopers, Second Squad, Robo Army, Cross Swords, never played that. Mutation Nation, 3 Count Bout, starring the Great Muda, except he's not called the Great Muda. KOF 95, which we've reviewed on this channel for the AES. KOF 97, which we reviewed on the PS2. KOF 98, KOF 2000, one of my personal favorites, KOF 2002 with the iconic K artwork there. Art of Fighting, Garo Densetsu Special, which we're going to review on the Neo Geo AES soon. Fatal Fury Real Bout, Garo Mark of the Wolves, Samurai Showdown 2, Samurai Showdown 4, Samurai Showdown 5 Special, Last Blade 2, World Heroes Perfect, Kizuna Encounter, Ninja Masters, Top Players Golf, Super Sidekicks, Football Frenzy, a favorite of mine, Blazing Star, Last Resort, Ghost Pilots, Puzzled, and back to our Metal Slug. Those are our 40 games. So let's get down to playing one of my favorite games. I do want to mention that I am disappointed that there is no Baseball Stars Professional or anything like that on this console, because those are really good sports games from SNK. But let's actually get started off here with some KOF 2000. If we want to mess with things, we can go up to settings, hit A, and we can see our language, the way we want to sort through games here. Default or recently played. Screen style, you can do 16:9 wide or 4:3 narrow. I prefer 4:3 narrow. Image optimization is interesting. That will make your image blend a lot better with a high definition TV, because unlike the Famicom Mini or the SNES Mini from Nintendo, the pixelized pictures are not as vivid or as crisp on this particular mini console. So compared to the pinnacle that Nintendo set for their new mini retro consoles, the Neo Geo Mini is not as good when it comes to reproducing the pixelized picture. However, with their optimized image, you do get a very nice blended, almost crisp painting looking image for your video games. So let's actually play some of this, KOF 2000, and all of these games, as far as I can tell, play identical or indistinguishable at least to the other Neo Geo games that I either own or have played on other non-Neo Geo consoles. I am always super impressed by this opening, and I'm always super impressed that a video game console from 1990 is able to produce these kinds of graphics. I'm a huge fan of K as a protagonist in the King of Fighters series, and this opening in particular, I used to just watch over and over again when I was in college in the library with a set of headphones on. So we will get started on this, do some team play, and you can see this is straight up the MVS AES Neo Geo ROM. That look of K, again, he will look a bit different than you were used to seeing, because he's now on an HD TV with this optimized filter. I am super curious to see if I can find a way to get the this console to play on a CRT monitor or a PVM or something like that through some kind of HDMI to RGB downscaler or converter, but I'd have to find something like that. But either way, this still looks great. I'm curious to see if I can get this on a CRT as well. So let's get down to it. Here's our characters here. We're going to be Kay, Maxima, Vanessa, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. One of my favorite things about this game here is the appearance of Dan Hibiki, also known as Another Robert, in this game. So let's get down to it. We'll fight the Fatal Fury team of Terry, Blue Mary, Joe, and Andy. Now, I chose the protagonist team just because I thought that would be appropriate for this review, even though I'm really not that good with... I'm okay with K, but I'm definitely, compared to my Fatal Fury Art of Fighting characters, I'm much worse. But I really like K. He's a really cool character. Now, despite the fact that there's no clickiness here, this controller works quite well. Help me, Dan. That does a whole lot of good right there. Gotcha. KO winner. So, again, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think this is even a complaint. Being used to playing with a clickier D-pad, maybe slightly affecting my gameplay. Like when I'm trying to do a jump diagonal, it's taking a little bit of getting used to because I'm feeling like I'm jumping up rather than hitting jump diagonal. But that is not a real issue. That's just me making a mistake. And I feel like if I had a clickier joypad, I might be able to avoid that, just because I could better scout where my thumb is at a little bit more, but I'm being incredibly nitpicky here. This is a really good console here, and I really don't have much in the way of complaints as far as how responsive the controller is. It is, for especially having an analog button. I'm much more used to using a D-pad for fighting games, except when I'm playing an SNK fighter, and I feel very comfortable playing this with this controller. Now, if we want to get back to our selection of games, we hit Start and Select, which is what you do on a Neo Geo console, like my AES, and that will, at least on mine, get me to a dip switch screen, and it's, in this case, getting me to a return to our game lineup here. So we're going to play a little bit of Blazing Star, the Nietzschean space opera. Nietzsche is my least favorite philosopher, but the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey used some of the better concepts of his philosophy to talk about some interesting stuff. I always like the concept of the eternal recurrence, the idea that time is circular, and this idea of going to space, which is like the pinnacle of human evolution, and then kind of hitting almost like back to your origin point, and that's why, at least how I interpret having that space baby flying around in, the space fetus. And I don't mean that to dehumanize unborn children. Literally, it's a baby in a womb floating around in space. But enough of that. Look at this amazing artwork here, and 3D graphics and pulsating music. I love the opening to this game, which I have on my cell phone to this day, and my little cousin always asks to borrow my phone to play this game, and all my friends, just in general, everyone loves this game. People steal my phone to play this game on it. But here we are not playing the cell phone version. We're actually playing the version that was on the Neo Geo, which means that we actually have to hit the fire button rather than just have a turbo option. That is not a problem as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to actually be the Hellhound right here. And we're going to, for the sake of this review, play things nice and easy. We'll play through a level here. And we'll hold A down to charge up our attack. There we go. So you can see the Neo Geo Mini offers a wide variety of Neo Geo video games, ranging from fighters to side-scrolling shooters to sports games. So the 40 games you get are a good sample. With Blazing Star here, your goal is to basically just keep moving forward, don't get blown up, and there are these... no, get the U. You can spell lucky. You get extra points for doing that. I could listen to the soundtrack to this game all the time. I'm really doing extremely poorly here, and I'm playing this on the easiest level, which is making me look extremely bad on film here. But nevertheless, you're still getting a taste of how awesome this game is, despite the fact that my gameplay is not quite up to snuff here. We've almost spelled lucky, though. That's good. So the music is picking up as the tempo here is picking up. Bonus! I love the announcer in this game as well. The boss is coming. Where's the Y? There's the Y. I got all lucky panels. Alright, we're picking things up a little bit here. I should note that the Neo Geo games do offer your memory card style support too. So if the Neo Geo game has an option where you can pick up right where you left off, like let's say you're playing a particularly hard fighter, you can pick up at your boss fight, because we all know that SNK bosses are insane. And there's also save state options on this as well, so not to worry. You can use save states and save features inside of these games on this console. And for this game, again, I feel like I'm in complete control here of the D-pad, just a very slight learning curve. D-pad's not even the right word, the analog pad here. I need to be careful here and finish off this thing here. Key here's got to stay low. Ah! Get him. I beat it. My skill is great. I am lucky. Literally. Perfect. Alright, good deal. Let's play some Garo Mark of the Wolves here, and we'll round out this review. So we'll go back to our screen here. And, you know, we will definitely do other reviews of other games on this console. But I think Mark of the Wolves would be a cool game to play. This is the Fatal Fury Ragnarok game taking place, you know, in the future. Terry is a grizzled, old bomber jacket wearing guy. Actually, he's not that grizzled. He's basically himself with a shorter haircut and a bomber jacket. But he is training Geese Howard's son, which is fantastic. This has got a very cool story to it. Rock is trying to find out about his mother and his mysterious past, and this is all happening in the King of Fighters tournament. And Terry is back, and there's a new cast of characters. So this is similar to Street Fighter 3, but you could argue that this has a much better story than Street Fighter 3. Although, if I put Street Fighter 3 next to this game, I'd have a hard time picking. Street Fighter 3, I think, is a more beautifully drawn game, but this game is super pretty and cool. So, the other cool thing I should mention is that these fighting games have all the characters unlocked, which is awesome. Let's be Terry. Alright, we're going to fight Hotaru. And again, this game pushes the Neo Geo hardware to new heights. It is an incredibly beautiful game with incredibly fun gameplay, and we definitely have to do a full review of this game. Get serious. Now, I do want to show us here what the image quality optimization is like when it is off. And again, it's a little bit blurrier and a little bit muddier, and the colors don't pop as much. So, not as good as Nintendo's raw pixelated pictures. But again, it's not like horrible or anything like that. But Nintendo really set a high standard for these gaming consoles, and quite frankly, the at-game Sega Genesis has better pixelated artwork than this. And that's just the truth. The HD at-game Sega's got better pixelated raw imagery than this. But this, again, it looks not bad at all. And when we go and put our image optimization back on, incredibly beautiful. So I really love this mini console here. But definitely, man, I missed the Buster Wolf. Definitely, it merits some constructive criticism. The fact that this does not come with the the HDMI cable is a big problem. Not insurmountable, because once you get the cable, the console is awesome. But this should come with an HDMI mini cable and a power brick, and that is just basic. So I think we've got a pretty good feel for things here, but let's do one final bout with the son of Kim, Terry's Taekwondo rival here. And we'll get serious here and see if we can beat Kim's son here. Kick back. You can see how awesome Garo is here. I always had a theory that Grant is geese, but I don't think that's true. I think it's true. I like to think it's true, but it's probably not. There we go. Kick back. Come on. Let's get that power meter up here so I can pull out the Buster Wolf. I don't know what I'm playing this at. I'm probably playing this on normal. KO. But again, look at all the attention to detail that is going on in the background on this right here. I'm gonna try to save the Buster Wolf for a grand finale here. I have a really good friend named Buster, so I always yell, "Are you okay, Buster Wolf?" at him, and then he tells me to please leave now. I'm just kidding. So I actually messed that up. I did the wrong super move there. That was an accident that I did that. At this point, I'm just doing that super move to try to win the fight here. There we go. Let's hit the lights here. So, guys, there we have it. We will end playing Garo in our Fatal Fury hat. I highly recommend getting this console, though. Little nitpicks aside, this is a pretty good controller overall, and you get a ton of awesome games that look great on your HD TV, and you get this really cool looking little arcade cabinet. So I highly recommend getting the Neo Geo Mini. Pick it up, and even though if you might have to spend a little bit extra on accessories if you want to play it on your TV, you'll love it once you get it hooked up to your TV. Until next time, guys, my name's Noel. You take care. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.